Hey everyone, it's Adrienne Everheart here with you, your feminine energy dating and relationship coach. I would love to see a thumbs up. I'm doing a live video just to make sure you can hear me okay. If someone can give me a thumbs up. I'm going to be talking about for 2020 what you want to do to really give yourself a feminine energy makeover. I don't often do lifestyle videos because I'm always so busy helping you figure out how to speak to a man so he really hears your heart and how to solve all your relationship problems. But today I decided to make a little bit more of a lifestyle video because feminine energy really is a lifestyle decision you can make for yourself. So going into 2020, I want to talk about, or in the new year, but really this could be at any time of the year for you. And any time of the year, it's a good time to take a look at some things that you're doing with your life and how you can add a little more feminine energy to them. And just make your experience as a woman on this planet something that you really connect with and not something that you're so much just up in your head living day to day, because we can really get lost in survival mode and not really living our lives. So I'm going to share some tips with you today. And hi everyone, thanks for joining. Please give me thumbs up if you can hear me okay. I'm going to share with you some tips that are really going to go over body, mind, and spirit. And now again, these are things that I am doing. So I want you to, if you can, reflect from what I'm doing and see if this can resonate in your own life. So one of the first things I did was I organized the apps on my phone. Now I know that this doesn't sound like a very feminine energy thing to do, but you have something like your phone that you look at 100 times a day, and it is definitely a boy energy sort of device, all right? Because whenever you're, logging into your phone, you're doing things, you're taking action, you see you're making something happen. But I noticed so often I would log into my, go into my smartphone, and I would just get this frustrated, tense feeling and not really able to pinpoint it. And the problem was that I didn't know where everything was at. So one of the things I did is I organized the apps on my phone, and I'm just going to give you a quick, just tell you really quick how I did it, because it took me hours. I am not joking. It took me going on 2 hours because I did it all wrong at first. But basically what I did is I have an iPhone. I put apps that were like health and wellness apps. I put apps that I use every day, 2-3 times a day. Things like MyFitnessPal, if I'm logging my calories or whatever it may be. I use that app a lot. So it needed its own folder. And then I put all my photo editing apps, and I just put everything in its own little folder. And then I had a lot of apps that I really didn't even need. I actually didn't even know what to do with them. I didn't know what they were there for. And I took a few moments to go through them and just delete all of this clutter out of my life and get into a new headspace when I go into my phone. And this is already helping me so much. Just open up my phone. I have a nice, beautiful, clean screen. I know exactly where everything is. It feels so good. It's like a breath of fresh air. So moving on to the next thing I did, which I'm a big fan of Marie Kondo even before she had her TV show. In fact, in my VIP library, which is something you get when you get any of my programs, one of the things I wrote about was the power of creating space in your life for a man. I have a document in the VIP library that talks about creating space for the man in your life who's going to arrive. And one of the important things I tell you to do is make space for him in the closet. You want to have actual space for this man because he's coming. Nature abhors a vacuum. Nature is going to fill that spot with someone, and it will. So have a bedside table, make sure it's empty where he can put his stuff, have a drawer in your house, have space in your closet. So moving on, as you can imagine, one of the things I did is I went through my closet, but it wasn't just necessarily Marie Kondo stuff I was doing. I wanted to get rid of some things that didn't feel feminine to me, some clothes I had. Now, I've ran into a lot of my fans, you know, sometimes live or out and about, and I have two styles. I have a very, very feminine style, and then I have a very boyish, sporty style. And like, for example, you will see me in my videos a lot of times wearing knits and things that look like they could be long underwear because I stay cold a lot. And I have a very sporty style. I'm on my bicycle almost every day, but that doesn't mean to say that what I like doesn't feel feminine to me. I have some really overpriced leggings that feel like a second skin, and I feel very feminine in them. So what I did, I went to my closet. I encourage you to do the same thing. It's not so much, do I like this? Does it bring me joy? Do I feel like a girl? Do I feel like a girl when I wear this? Do I really feel like a girl? And if not, begin to separate your closet a little bit into your boy clothes and your girl clothes. And believe it or not, I even have some jewelry, like these earrings are very feminine and girly, but I have some jewelry that's kind of like a little more punk, a little more masculine looking, and I wear it on days that I want that little extra push that I need. The days I wear my stud bracelet are not the days I'm talking to my husband about some emotional problem I'm experiencing, you see. So you can actually have clothes in your closet that give off different vibration, different energy that you may need that day. And always have something you're wearing that makes you feel like a girl. It can be, you know, your bra and panty set underneath. Nobody has to know it's there underneath your power suit at work. Or it could be some cute socks that have your favorite little cartoon character. Whenever I fly, I like to wear my Nickelodeon socks that my mom got me one year for Christmas, just because they're comforting and they're comfy, and I take them off, and at the airport someone usually says a comment. So I feel like a girl. I don't feel like a strong masculine boy. So clean out your closets. Honestly, I'm a little bit of a clothes hoarder, so I only got rid of about 12 pieces of clothes, and some of them were dresses. But I just didn't feel like a girl in them anymore. I didn't feel feminine, okay? Now moving on, I'm gonna talk about body, and this one is one of my favorites. I discovered it recently, and that was that I'm just trying to do that 1% better with my meals. And one of the things I'm doing is I'm starting to look at each meal, even if it's like, I want to go have pizza and salad for dinner. Like, let's say I want that. I'm looking at even pizza and salad differently and looking where I can level it up, because when you're a goddess on a pedestal and you're in your feminine energy, you treat your body very well. All of us know that you want to be very attractive to a partner. All of us know that attraction is a very key component into attracting a high quality man to you. It is. Men are at first going to view you on a level of attractiveness, but beyond that, it's all up to you, girlfriend, how you feel about your body. I talk to so many women that are clients of mine that are gorgeous, have smoking hot bodies, and I'm like, what is the problem? There's something going on within them. So one way that you can kind of readjust this power is eat food and eat in a way that really makes you feel feminine, that you're connecting to your inner goddess. So let's say you do want cheese pizza and a Greek salad, and that is something that you want. Well, look at it from the goddess perspective and what's really going to be good for my body. Should I really eat all of that feta cheese? Should I do maybe half the dressing? Can I stop at just one slice of pizza? You see, level it up. Now, a big one for me is I don't really eat breakfast. So when it came time for lunch, sometimes I wouldn't, I would do something like scrambled eggs. I would have my breakfast then. Well, I've done things like go from scrambled eggs to egg whites. Instead of a whole bagel, I eat half a bagel. I'm just finding little ways and what my body needs to have at meal times. And you look at that individual meal and see where you can make an improvement and use your body as a guide as to what feels good for you. Because I want is always very different than what feels. I lost you guys for a second. So you want to find what feels good in your body and look at your meals individually, look at your portions individually. Okay, so moving on, the next one and last one is about self-help. And I am in the business of self-help. I am helping you. I help women everywhere connect to their feminine energy because, as you know, if you follow me, I was for so long lost and not knowing how to be a girl, not even knowing that being a girl was important. Every once in a while, I'll get somebody who says, I just bought your book and I hate how you're telling women to talk to men. And I always write them back and say, well, I'm not telling you to talk to men any certain way. I'm actually just getting you in touch with what you feel in your body. And that's the big difference here. So the more that you can get in touch with what is going on inside of your body and shift from what's he doing for me? How's he making me happy? What is he doing? And shift it to just what feels good for me. If you're dating a man that doesn't call you for 2 weeks at a time, it's time to renegotiate the terms and conditions with him because it doesn't feel good. And you can say to him, oh my goodness, I'm so excited to hear from you, but I'm really looking for a regular dating relationship and I only hear from you like once a month. And so I'm going to be moving on. And that guy will either go, okay, see ya, or he'll go, wait, I'm going to lose you? Is that what you're saying? And you're like, yeah, I want a regular dating relationship. It's a big shift when you get inside your body. So one thing that I'm definitely going to make sure I'm doing every single month is I subscribe to Audible, and my eyes get tired after all the email and stuff, so I listen to books and I take notes. And I'm going to just try to really make sure every single month I am going to learn a tool that's going to help me to be a better coach and also a better person to my husband and a better person to myself. One that I'm learning right now is all about empathy, and I cannot wait to share it with you all. The wonderful tools that I'm using, it reminds me so much of my Really, Really Get Him tool, which is where you use empathy to connect with the man. And it's not just about your needs and if the man is giving you what you want. It's also about like, well, how does this feel for you? And listening to him, really listening to what he's saying and having interest and putting away your phone. There was a study done recently that conversations, even if a phone is on the table and you're not looking at it, that conversations lack intimacy, just having a phone present. So I'm learning all these great tools, and I encourage you, make sure you keep developing your mind and seeking out resources that are going to get you in touch with your mind and your body and your spirit. So you will, every day on this planet, as much as you can in this busy, busy world, you can feel connected and grounded to who you are as a woman. All right, I'm going to take a couple of questions. So thank you all for tuning in. I love to take a couple of questions from you and hope my tools have helped you. Someone just mentioned that boundaries are really, really helping them. Yes, boundaries are all about you. And so often women write me and say, my guy is doing this, my guy is doing that, and my guy is not doing this. And I say, well, what feels good to you here? You know, what's feeling good for you? What is your boundary? So any questions, ladies? A couple of you have mentioned my ebook, 500 Ways to Talk to a Man. It is a book that helps you learn how to get in touch with your body and speak to your man. Someone said they wanted to know how they can heal betrayal. Well, a lot of times, I'm so glad you asked that. And a lot of times what betrayal is really about, it's about your trauma. And it's your trauma. And trauma gets stored in your body. And associated with trauma is also guilt, shame, all sorts of really tricky, sticky things. And when you are recovering from abandonment from a partner, or cheating or betrayal, you have suffered trauma. And you want to get in touch with your body. There's a book out there called Healing Trauma. The author's last name is Levine. I really encourage you look more into that, and that will be something that I'm learning more about, and I'll be able to share with you as well. So I see a bunch of questions came in. Let me just tap this here and go back and look at them. Julie says, I'm 4 years divorced and going to speed dating. What should I wear? Wear what makes you feel like a woman. Wear what feels comfortable and girly to you. It feels like setting boundaries make them pull away, and you are darn right it does. Boundaries can make a man pull away because, oh my goodness, all of a sudden you matter. All of a sudden what you're feeling matters, and the guy is so used to getting it his way. So he rejects it at first. Stand solid and strong in your boundaries. If he doesn't come around, he is not the right man for you. Very sad, but true. And so often a man just gets whipped into shape once a woman really stands by her boundaries. Someone says, why is feminine energy so hard to stay in? Well, the fastest answer to that is at some point you were in your feminine energy, you were a little girl, but you realized in order to survive, you had to be in your boy energy. So this is just really, you know, that reptilian part of your brain, the fight or flight part of your brain that says we want to survive. And the best way for us to survive is by being in our boy energy. In a relationship with a man, though, survival is up to your boundaries. A man only treats you as bad as you allow him to. Hopefully you are in an area where if anything too bad is happening, you can get protection, police, legal or otherwise. There are women who tune into my videos who are not in Canada or America or someplace where they have rights like that. And my heart goes out to you, but still your boundaries are so important, even in this space of the worst possible scenarios. So that's why it's so hard. You have, 1,600 generations of women before you that have walked this earth, that their sole survival has been dependent upon being nice to a man. Maybe your great-grandma didn't have to be nice to a man to survive, but probably so. And that's even in America. And that's why it's happening, sister. And then the feminist, movement came along and we flipped it on its back, and now we're kind of getting it back straight. By you being here, you're getting that back on track. That years of survival that women have had to be nice to survive to men is in you. You have come by it honest. Don't worry about it being hard. Just make sure when you're with your guy, he's your protector. He's going to protect you and take care of you. And if he doesn't, you are like a mountain on the inside, and you can take care of yourself. So you see how that is soft on the outside? I need you. I need you. It'll be wonderful. It feels so good. And thank you for helping me. You can be soft. Everything feels good, or whatever it feels, or here's my boundary. But then you are like a mountain on the inside. You absolutely know what you will stand for and what you will not stand for. That's the line in the sand. That's your boundaries. Last question. What are some boundaries we can use? That is such a wonderful question. You want to have boundaries on when and if you have sex with a person in the dating process. You want to have boundaries on whether you're going to keep communicating with someone on text or email versus seeing them in person and dating them. You want to have boundaries on what sort of relationship you're ultimately wanting to have and how long you're willing to date versus be in a committed relationship that's going nowhere. That is a boundary that only you know for you. I give you some guidance If you have any of my programs, you have access to that VIP library. I offer you a lot of guidance in there on boundaries, whether that is writing your dating profile. That book I have, Sex, talks about every possible scenario that you can get into. And there are just so many other ways that you can learn your boundaries. All right, beautiful, beautiful ladies. I hope you use these tips and tools, and you can think of your own that are going to help you really enhance and feel good about being a woman and having all of this wonderful, amazing strength you have with your boy energy, but also the ability to feel and empathize unlike any other guy out there. That's your gift to this world, and use it wisely and use it with yourself. All right, everybody. I look forward to hearing from you in the comments sections and sending you much love today and always. Thanks for tuning in, and please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Bye-bye.